Kurt obviously thought you were a threat.
I am now.
Go! You familiar with stage 3 of the grieving process? It's anger.
Comes after that.
Depression.
Great. I can't wait.
You know, I thought the movie was I liked it a lot. I thought that it dealt with a lot of strong themes, but I also felt like it had humor to it and it was uplifting. So kind of talk about how you wove that all together so that it was still uplifting, but it had the heavy themes.
I think that humor, comedy in particular in films, allows an audience to let their guard down a little bit. And as they let their guard down, they're able to accept, themes that are tougher to deal with. In this particular story, I mean, it's very challenging subject matter. What happened to that couple, losing that great loss that they've had. I think without laughter, you can't even pull it off. I also think that movies without some sort of humor in them are just not realistic to me. I mean, in the real world, like, we laugh and we cry all the time. We laugh in inappropriate moments. We cry in inappropriate moments. That's just the way it is. So, I mean, my philosophy is cast comedic actors in dramatic roles, right? And let them do their thing, right? Let them just experience it, because comedic actors have the ability to do everything, if you ask me.
Yeah, and she did a great job. I mean, they both did a great job. So how was that experience working with them?
I worked with Melissa McCarthy and Chris O'Dell before on St. Vincent. So I knew them well. I have a good relationship with both of them. They're both geniuses, if you ask me. I mean, Melissa can kind of just do anything. And Chris is like, I don't think people realize how good Chris is. I don't think people really fully realize how fantastic of an actor Chris is. So working with them is kind of, they have a shorthand as well. They work together a few times. They work together on Bridesmaids and obviously St. Vincent. So they are very, very close and good friends. And so they have a natural chemistry. And I just felt that they, would be perfect together. And so working on set with them was kind of a joy, just to watch them every day do their thing. And they were able to keep the set and the scenes in a place where it didn't get dire or wallow. It just kind of was buoyant. And I think that's what you need with this kind of material.
So the other thing that I really loved, not giving away too much of what happens, but you talk about it even in the press notes, just the theme of, marriage and building relationship and keeping relationship strong, even the really hardships. Can you kind of expand upon that?
It's just a thing I've dealt with my entire life, but on a personal note, I've been married 25 years, right? And so I think anyone that's married and anyone that's in a long relationship, or anyone's even in a short relationship, or anyone that has any relationship with anyone, knows that to maintain a healthy, positive relationship takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, and that effort is really what makes us who we are, right? So I do a lot of my own personal work. I've been in therapy for, I don't know, longer than the years of your age, probably. And I'm constantly working on myself, and my wife is constantly working on herself. And I think that's what makes any relationship work. In this film, it's just kind of it's an essay to that. Both are working on themselves. Chris is working seriously on himself at a facility, and Melissa's trying to figure out what the hell to do. And they're able to meet in the middle. And so that's kind of how I think of therapy, and that's kind of how I think of relationships and how they work.
So we probably don't have too much time, but I thought it was funny because we're Faith Ellett in the moment she's sitting there watching kind of the Christian programming. Can you talk about why you included that, or was there something more to there?
I thought she's searching. I mean, the movie's about her searching. Right. And she stumbles upon that pastor, and she's just mesmerized by it. She's searching and listening to it. And although it might come off as comedic, it also comes off to her as earnest. Right. And she actually, what that pastor's saying is actually what she's going through. And so it's kind of this kind of backdoor way of saying she needs faith. Right. She needs some sort of faith. And she gets that faith, right, throughout the film.
It's Starlings are different than other birds. They build the nest together. They protect the nest together.
Real subtle stuff, Larry.
I thought so.